Hey everybody, Starfish Sicko aka Daniel here, and I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, regardless of whether you found your partner in crime or are still flying solo. Personally, I'm a hopeless romantic and I love this holiday. So to celebrate, I thought it might be fun to discuss the many loves of the Man of Steel by arbitrarily assigning a ranking system to the ones I consider the best. Now, I could do a breakdown of all of Superman's love interests, but some of them have all of one appearance or don't amount to much. So instead, I'll just be ranking the ones I feel are the best. These are, of course, my personal rankings, centered around my taste and who I think works best with Clark. The internet and shippers, being what it is and who they are, opinions are bound to differ. I'd love to hear yours in the comment section below. There's no reason to wait around any longer, so let's just start with our number 5, the Batman. Oh, hold on. One moment, let me answer this. Yes? What do you mean they never dated? Only friends. But this panel, he knows his heartbeat. Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Alrighty. Those were shipper threads, were they? Alright then. Well, that's awkward. Alright, let's move right along. Number 5, Maxima.
Excuse me?
I am the Lady Maxima, warrior queen, head of the royal house, leader of all Almerac, and Superman's betrothed.
First appearing in Action Comics 645, Maxima was an Almerac who wanted Superman to help her father a race of super children. She makes the list for a few reasons, the least of which is not her "your son calls me mommy too" energy. She is bound to check a lot of boxes for people. Redhead? Check. Strong woman? Check. Alien? Check. And let's not forget about what she's packing, that amazing sword. My bad jokes aside, her appearing in a number of comics and even serving as a Superman villain really helped flesh her out as a character. And in my personal opinion, she was accidentally adapted in the Superman animated series. These days, she has largely been reimagined as a lesbian, trying to break free from her planet's traditions. And if you want my personal opinion, this was just fixing something that wasn't broken, or at the very least, an overcorrection. I mean, a character that chooses a partner based off desirable traits such as height, strength, or looks, no one would ever. Right? Well, I won't labor the point. After all, new Maxima has her fans, and us old Maxima fans were given a pretty good run and are occasionally thrown a bone. I just thought the messaging of liking someone just for their physical genetic advantages being villainous was sort of funny and part of the point, but who knows, that might have been me just reading into things. Number 4, Lana Lang.
Hey, it's Lana. You know, the girl who's had a crush on you since we were 3.
Whoa boy, if having Maxima on this list wasn't controversial, putting Lana this low is sure to be. First appearing in Superboy number 10, Lana Lang is the childhood friend and often high school sweetheart of Clark Kent. I imagine people like Lana for the same reasons they like Tifa Lockhart. It's real girl next door energy. It's your first crush, the memory of nervously going for their hand while watching the stars. It's your first secrets and earliest confessions. There's something wholesome and innocent in this kind of love. The big pros for me personally is Clark first revealing his powers to her. There's just a special level of trust in that. I'm also a sucker for her early adventures with Superboy. And let's not forget that she has been in nearly everything, from Smallville to Superman and Lois. The reason she is lower for me personally is after she is no longer with Clark, it sometimes feels like the writers punish her for it, or at least don't know what to do with her. Yes, she remains Clark's friend, which is very good. But their ways of keeping her relevant have been mixed, and sometimes feel off to the fond memories I was trying to describe. I mean, they pawned her off on Pete Ross and started her off with the saddest marriage ever in Superman and Lois. DC's current strategy seems to be to give her powers and marry her to Steel, and a lot of people seem to like that, so I'm happy for her. Hopefully, it's a bright future for one of Superman's first loves. Number 3, Wonder Woman.
I will not tolerate this.
I'll fully admit this is my most controversial pick, but I maintain it's not half as bad as Twitter pretends it is. Well, what do they even have in common? People just paired them because they're the strongest man and woman. Yeah, I've heard that argument a million times, and it always confuses me a little. Like, first, have people never asked someone out because they had something mild in common and just found them attractive? I promise you, it happens. Second, is that all you see them having in common? The whole friends first scenario exists for a reason, and I see a lot of that here. It's like dating a coworker, and while I keep being advised against it, I understand why it happens. Both are strong, yes. Both are also written to be deeply empathetic heroes that always go out of their way to do the right thing. They experience the world in a way that can be hard for others to understand, except they get it. Each comes from a unique culture that would and has intrigued others. I could go on, but people that are against it are always going to be. Heck, DC is so afraid of the damsel in distress trope these days that they keep giving Lois superpowers, and nobody bats an eye or says that they're only doing it so that they'll both be strong. I don't know, it just always has seemed like a weird point of critique to me. All of that out of the way, I will say I think this relationship works best as an alternate future or alternate universes. Kingdom Come really understands that being friends with someone for a long time can have a certain effect. Though, let's be real, the less said about Frank Miller's take, the better. I can see how that would give this particular relationship, a certain reputation. Number 2, Lori Lemaris.
He starts fucking fish. Let's take it a step too far.
Did I place the Atlantean mermaid first appearing in Superman 129 just for the memes? Yes, but also no. For anyone new here, I'm a giant fan of the Silver Age and the more fantastical elements of comic books, and I can think of few things that encapsulate this more than Lori Lemaris. Now, you might wonder what DC Ariel has over some of the others. Well, let me tell you. She comes packaged wrapped with the sweet memories of Lana Lang and the understanding of coming from a different world that you get with Diana Prince. But more than anything, the way they bill a mermaid as the great love of Superman's life, but the one he could never be with because of circumstances they can't control, is both uniquely funny and somehow very sweet to me. No joke, every time I see her referenced, I smile. It also doesn't hurt that the one that got away was also a fish. And honestly, the only thing that really lowered her score for me was when I started to think about the logistics of their relationship.
Yeah, I'm a little confused too. How do I, with the tail and all?
I'm not your first, am I? I mean, I lay my eggs, then I leave, and you release your fertilizer.
We're skipping honorable mentions, mostly due to my tendency to ramble, so let's just jump into our number 1, Lex Luthor. Ugh, not this again. Hold on, let me answer this. Yes? What? No. Of course they're an item. They're obsessed with each other. He has the initials LL. Just look at these comic panels. Oh. Uh-huh. You think this bit has gone on a little bit too long? All right. Number 1, Lois Lane. I mean, come on. Was there ever any doubt that Lois would take the top spot? She has been with Superman longer than Flight. First appearing in his debut issue, I find Lois to be every bit a staple of the character as the S on his chest. You seriously cannot understate the importance and cultural impact of this character. People who try to dismiss her as just a damsel in distress probably have their head caught in the 40s, but still never even read comics from then. Because stuff that makes her great has always been there. She's sassy, assertive, inquisitive, caring, smart, a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist. It's really no wonder she became the mother of his children. Heck, you even have the friend's first coworker dynamic thing too. Only for them, the dynamic can't be pegged down as simply being them the strongest pair. There are countless iterations of Lois Lane, and there always will be for a reason. Because while some details are sure to vary across media, she has helped tether Superman to his audience. Very often, she brings him down to earth, and that's what a good lover does. They ground us. I could go on, list my preferences and who I think writes her best, but there's really no need. This relationship has stood the test of time and will likely outlive anyone's opinion on it. Here's hoping any of us are lucky enough to find someone who makes us feel like we can fly. And let's not forget, she is a certified MILF now. I have a type. But these are just my opinions. What do you think of the many loves of Clark's life? Do you have any of your own hot takes? I'd love to hear them. If you enjoyed your time here and would like more Superman related content, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really does go a long way. That's been Starfish Sicko with truth, justice, and all of that nonsense. I'll catch you next time.